Okay, so today we are going to go further with our talk and discussion about cells and talk about the levels of organization. So when you think of organizing something, you think of putting things in their place. The same things go together. So if I'm organizing a drawer, my socks are all going to be in the same place. My t-shirts are all going to be in the same place. My jeans are all going to be in the same place. So they're all the same. They're all organized by a group. So this is the same thing that cells do. So there are 5 levels of organization when we're talking about multicellular organisms. Smallest to the largest, we have cells. Cells then form into tissues. Tissues form into organs. Organs form into organ systems, and then those organ systems come together to form a whole organism. So just as an example, here are some pictures. Again, cell is the smallest. We move to tissue, to organ system, and then to the organism itself. A brief recap again of cells. That's the most basic unit of structure and function in all living things. Anything that's living is made of cells. They're extremely small and require the use of a microscope in order to view them. Robert Hooke is credited with the discovery of the cell. Anton van Leeuwenhoek was the first person to observe living cells. And here are some examples of cells. These are pictures that were taken from microscopes. So the skin of an onion, if you look at that underneath a microscope, this is what you will see. Your red blood cells that you have in your body, and muscle cells as well. So going from cells, remember that is the smallest. When like cells come together, they form a tissue. So these are a group of similar cells that perform the same function. And some examples of tissues. We have connective tissue, and that connects, supports, and surrounds other types of tissues or organs. We have epithelial tissue. It covers your body surfaces, your body cavities, and your organs. Muscular tissue composes muscles that can contract and produce movement. And then you also have nerve tissue that are composed of cells that receive stimuli and conduct impulses from the body. So when you have tissues like tissues that come together, they're going to form your organs. So you're going from cells that come together to form tissues, and the like tissues that come together to form the organs. There are 78 different organs within the human body. So within your body, you have 78 different organs. Your 5 vital organs are your brain, your heart, your kidneys, your liver, and your lungs. And some examples of organs: your brain, your lungs, and your heart. So when you have your organs that come together, that work together to perform a specific function, that's where you get your organ systems. So we're going again from cells to tissues to organs, and now we're at organ systems. So of those 78 organs that you have in your body, they form into 11 different organ systems. And some examples of your organ systems: your circulatory system, what gets your blood pumping throughout your body; your respiratory system, how you're breathing; and your skeletal system, so how you're able to stand up and move. So your organ systems, all those organ systems, those 11 organ systems come together to create an organism. So an individual that can reproduce, grow, and maintain homeostasis, that means you are able to live. It can belong to any of the 6 kingdoms of life. Scientists estimate there are about 8.7 million species of organisms on Earth. So just some other examples of organisms besides you, because you are an organism, is a badger, a penguin, and an ostrich. So we're going to look at 4 checkpoint questions. You have the opportunity to stop and pause this video and write down your answers. Just answer each question and email them to your teacher, or post them on Google Classroom, either one. So question number 1. What would happen if a large majority of an organism's cells suddenly became diseased and died? Question 2. Which organ in the human body do you think is the most important? Explain why you think that. Question 3. Identify 3 organ systems located in the human body. Question 4. List the levels of organization from the smallest to the largest. And just as a wrap up, I have a Kahoot for you. You'll find the pin down below. If you'll play that, show us what you know about the levels of organization.